All right, good afternoon. We're cutting into your regular programming with a briefing on the school shooting at Suitland High School earlier today. Take a listen.
Attorney who is here on the scene and who has her prosecutors involved with the investigators in this case to get information and to quickly investigate and hopefully resolve this case. What I can tell you is that we have had direct contact with this community through our Hope Collective. Starting this past summer, we have been working with the youth of this community on a regular basis to do conflict resolution, to really engage them also with violence interrupters. We are going to continue doing that work. It's ongoing and it's happening actually literally in this very moment as well. And we'll continue to stay engaged with the youth of this community as well as their families, which leads me to the most important point of all. The best weapon we have against a situation like this one, and what we need in this moment, the best asset we have are our families and community leaders, who we urge even this evening. I'm asking you please to go home and talk to your children, sit them at the table and ask them what is going on, to help us to gain the information we need, not only to respond in this instance, but to also prevent it from happening in the future. The parents in this school have been extremely engaged. I want to thank also the youth of this school who have taken responsibility for their own safety. We'll work together in this instance to make sure we are not only resolving this particular case, but we have to make sure that our children have an absolute right to attend our schools and to feel safe and to actually be safe. That the men and women who come into these buildings to teach them and otherwise to help develop them should also know that we are going to do everything in our power to make sure that not only do our kids have a safe environment, but those who teach them, engage them, and develop them will have a safe environment. We have no tolerance whatsoever for violence that happens. In this case, it was not inside our school building, and I think that's important to emphasize, that this incident happened outside, between classes in a space, but nowhere near a school is violence tolerable. In fact, nowhere in our community. But most especially, these spaces should be sacred, and we're going to continue to work with the police, the state's attorney, and everyone else involved to make sure our kids have the safety that they deserve. At this time, I'd like to bring up our state's attorney, who has been here throughout this and who's working to make sure this investigation goes well.
Thank you, Madam County Executive, and thank you all so much for being here. I really want to thank my partner, Chief Aziz, for his work and that of his department, as well as Dr. Goldson. My heart goes out to the family of the victim. We are all praying for a swift recovery. My heart also goes out to the students here, because they came to school to learn today and not to be in fear for their lives. And so this is really a sad day. However, there is hope and optimism, because we have a lot of young people who understand right from wrong and who are cooperating with this investigation. My office is working hand in hand with the police department to provide legal advice as well as aid in the investigation into this incident. And please know that those who are involved will be held accountable. This is a serious issue. This was a serious incident. It will be treated with the seriousness that it really needs to be, because our young people, this is our future. Suitland High School, the young people here, they are those who are going to take over our communities one day, and we want them to be able to fulfill the promise and dreams of Prince Georgians. And so we are very concerned about what happened today, but we are very optimistic that we will get to the bottom of it, and we will hold those accountable who need to be held accountable. Thank you.
We are going to take a few questions. This is an active investigation. There's not much we can say, so keep that in mind.
Can you tell us at least how many students were involved in this shooting earlier? I mean, we understand it was kind of a melee, kind of a jumping of a young man.
I think what we can say, as we gather information, that it was what I would consider what you consider a group. And when you consider that to be a group, that could be maybe 10 or 15 students. Right now, we haven't counted how many students were there, but enough to get involved in a verbal altercation and a physical altercation where a weapon was produced and further violence was created. So that's what we can say right now.
The 14-year-old student shooter and the 14-year-old
Well,
student victim are both students here at Suitland High School?
Now that is a better question for.
Okay, you were just hearing from Prince George's County Police Chief Malik Aziz on the earlier Suitland High School shooting. It happened earlier this morning, and we'll have an update for you at 5.